Hello everyone! In my last video about the super fast mob farm for 1.9, I got a comment by someone that wasn't content that the farm wasn't really survival friendly. My usual approach in Minecraft is to build farms as fast as possible, no matter what it takes. But to satisfy my viewers, I made a simple and cheap, but nevertheless fast flushing type mob farm. So if you haven't seen the other video, I also used the trapdoor trick. If you put trapdoors at this height and make a dark room, only creepers, skeletons, and if you don't prevent it, spiders can spawn. As you can see here in the mob farm, you don't get any witches or zombies. And this has several advantages. First of all, you don't get any useless rotten flesh. So you get more useful drops, mostly gunpowder and bones and string. And you don't get any baby zombies or chicken jockeys, which in some farm types that detect the mobs could cause problems. And then you also need less fall height, because you don't have to kill witches, so the mobs only have to fall 24 or 23.5 blocks. And the final advantage is that zombies with armor, or feather falling armor, could survive this fall and then pick up items and they wouldn't despawn. That's not really a problem because they wouldn't counter the mob cap anyway, but it's annoying nevertheless. And in this farm you would have skeletons that could survive this fall with feather falling armor, but they would sooner or later despawn because they can't pick up items. The farm is really easy to build and it mostly consists out of slabs and trapdoors. And at the end of the video I'll show you how to build it. The farm is really efficient if you build it as slow as possible in your world. So I use Panda 494's measurement box, which is really useful. You can find a link in the video description. And the 1 hour test before, and I got 27,200 drops per hour. And then I did another 5-minute test here and got 27,600 items. But usually in your Minecraft world, survival world, you can't build a farm this low, because if you build it this low, then other mobs in caves would fill up the mob cap, and you would only get those great rates if you either make a perimeter or play in a skyblock world. So the usual approach would be to build this farm as high as necessary. So this time I built this farm at build limit, and since you get less mobs spawning there because the attempts are more spread out, you get, if you optimize it with the timings, you get about 13,000 drops per hour. One option if you want to have more drops per hour would be to build just 2 or 3 of those farms at this height. I also want to show you a method to make an overworld XP farm out of this mob farm. So first we collect all the mobs here instead of killing them with fall damage, and then we let them drop again. So this is my spider sorter. So spiders have a little less HP than the other mob types, so they wouldn't survive this fall, but the other mobs do. And then we have, they land on 4 of those pistons. I used them to retrieve the spider drops anyway, so I used the new 1.9 bug/feature of the translocation effect. So by giving them a 0-tick pulse, the string is translocated through the pistons, and also the other mob types get translocated through the pistons. And they also push each other off all the time. And what's also important here is that you don't power them at the same time, because otherwise it could happen that the pistons would grab the falling spider before it hits the ground and translocates through them, and then the spider gets translocated down. So this way you can prevent it. It's not 100% reliable, so some of the witches still make its way through there, and this is where further compact the creepers and skeletons, and if a spider would get in here, it would get crushed by the solid blocks. So the sorted skeletons and creepers and the spider drops, they fall down here. and this is where I separate the skeletons from the creepers. So again, I use the translocation bug feature. So this is our 3 snow layers, and the creepers get translocated through this piston, but the skeletons don't. That's basically it, and I translocate the skeletons to the other side. There's a small chance, as I said, that one of those zero-tick pistons grabs the creeper before it hits the ground, and then it would almost have full health. And that's why I have to make a long drop for the creepers again to reliably kill them. And I transport the drops up again for a simple drop elevator. Yeah, and that's the XP part, so your wolves could take care of the skeletons here. So it's not a crazy fast XP farm. Get about 15,000 XP per hour, so that's enough to get you from level 0 to 30 in about 5 minutes, or after 1 hour you would get to level 75. And this farm would be the equivalent of about 8 skeleton spawners. Okay, one final note about the overworld AFK XP farm. So the AFK spot would be at Y159. So if you build this farm above a deep ocean biome with no guardian temple below, yeah, you don't have to light up any caves or take care of that. Okay, now I show you how to build the mob farm. I only covered the basic mob farm. If you're interested in the overworld XP farm version, you can check out the world handout. So in order to collect the drops, I would recommend to send some hopper minecarts through there. And this would be your killing floor. It's a bottom half slab, and then you have to go up 23 blocks from that. Okay, now that's the middle of your farm. Put a glowstone block on top of that and surround it with dispensers, and put in some buckets. I would do it at the end. If you build this farm so that you don't have any spillage, so do this at the end. And then build the floor. If you want to build it out of solo blocks, it has no disadvantage at all, but slabs are cheaper. I would recommend even to use wood slabs, then you can bring logs, and this way you get a lot of storage because you can craft planks out of it. So in here go out 8 to each side. And then just connect the ends. Yep, and do this on all sides and fill it up. Okay, then you get this nice diamond shape. And then put a redstone dust on top of the glowstone block. I use a glowstone block here because it's the only block we can put a redstone dust on top. And mobs can't spawn on it. You could use a slab, it wouldn't kill the raids of your farm. But then you would have 8 spots in total if you build 16 layers where mobs can spawn on and don't taken care of. So if you can, I would recommend to use a glowstone block. So to prevent water from flowing in here, just place some slabs, and then also to prevent spiders from crawling in here and to prevent lights from going out, slabs on top of that. Then 2 blocks above that, put down a redstone block and also add dispensers around it. Then basically do the same, build a floor again, so it's nice if you work your way up, then you can always place them at the top, just have to look out that they don't fall down. Okay, I put in the second layer, and also have to make sure that there's only a single hole in the middle. So as you can see, now the light of the glowstone block is safely contained. Block light is 0, because there are slabs basically everywhere. And the next step would be to put in your trapdoors. So, but this part is optional. If you don't mind any zombies and even want to maybe trade rotten flesh with villagers, also I wouldn't recommend it. Then you don't have to do it, but I would adjust the fall height to kill the witches. So then you need, instead of 23, you need 33 blocks falling height. And yeah, now let's put in the trapdoors. That's gonna cost you a lot of wood, but I can link a simple wizard-powered tree farm in the video description if you're interested in that. It just takes about 1 to 2 hours to set up and gives you about 10,000 logs per hour. But yeah, probably if you're building a mob farm, you don't have the bone meal yet. So that's always a problem in Minecraft. You need farms to build other farms. Okay, all the trapdoors are in for the first layer. Then let's continue with the second here. So on top of the redstone block, put down a slime block, then sticky piston facing down. And yeah, so then again a glowstone block, then we would start at the beginning, dispensers again. And yeah, make sure no water flows here. Prevent spiders from crawling in. And you can't use a slab here, so you need a non-movable block like a melon or a pumpkin, obsidian, or even furnace, but I wouldn't recommend furnaces in general because they're tile entities, and a lot of tile entities cause a lot of lag. So from now on the pattern just repeats itself, and yeah, as you saw, the layers alternate every second layer, so the redstone in the middle does. So with this setup, where I did the measurements, I stacked up 16 layers in total. So yeah, that's all of the required redstone you need to make the timings. And this part here on the side, it's a shut-off mechanism. So this would be your sticky piston of the 16th layer. And yeah, over here, that's the actual clock. So I showed this a while ago on my channel. It's based on Titisurminecraft's hopper timer. And yeah, basically this torch is on for 4.5 seconds and then off for 8 seconds. So the water's on for 4.5 seconds and then off for 8 seconds. Yeah, you can adjust the timings, those timings, for putting in items in those hoppers that point into each other. And yeah, it should be fairly obvious how to build this if you just look at it. So in those 6 redstone blocks, they give out a signal for 15 game ticks each. So in this case that's 4.5 seconds. Each additional block would be 0.75 seconds. And those determine when the signal is off. So on for 4.5, off for 20 times 8 game ticks. So 8 seconds in total. Each additional item is 0.4 seconds. And this is a dual edge monostable circuit. So whenever it's powered or depowered, this torch would flicker for 2 game ticks or 0.1 seconds. And then we extend the pulse here. So this repeater extends it to 0.4 seconds. And this comparator extends it by additional 0.8 seconds. So I'm talking about the timings in case you're playing on a skyblock world and would have to do the timings with repeaters and can't use the same clock. Okay, and also it's noteworthy, I put in here 20 items in here, and this is optimized if you build this farm as low as possible. If you build this exact same farm with the same 16 layers, then at build limit, then you would need to put in 50 items. So if you would put in 20 items, build at sky limit, you get 10,000 drops per hour, but by putting in 50, you get about 30,000 drops per hour. So if you build it high up, 50 items in here. And this is just a shut-off mechanism, so you power this redstone line here and disable the hopper clock with those 2 torches. So I guess it should be, yeah, easy to build. Okay, so the final step is put a roof on the whole thing to keep the light level low. So basically you have to do the same, put down some bottom slabs on top of the highest trapdoors. So then just do that with the diamond shape and then go out on each side by 15. So yeah, like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Also do that here, and then connect the ends again, and then you have the perfect shape to keep the light level at 0 everywhere. Okay, so the last step is to put in the water buckets in the dispensers, and yeah, then you're ready to go. One final note, I would recommend to always disable the clock at the top when you either want to leave the game or leave the chunks, because otherwise the dispensers could get messed up. Then part of your farm would flush out the water while the other sucks it back in, and you can prevent it from happening if you always disable your farm. Okay, that's it. I hope this video about the survival friendly mob farm was useful for you. Have a good day and goodbye.